Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to discuss about 10 things parents do that make it hard for their children to respect them later in life. Now, first thing, children need unconditional love of their parents. There are over 4 billion parents in the world right now, and each has a different belief about how to raise their child and what is best for them. Now I'll discuss 10 things that parents do and that make it hard for the children to respect them later in life. Respect isn't, first of all, you have to understand that respect isn't an automatic thing, not in families, not over time. You can love your parents and still struggle to look up to them. I've seen it happen more time than I can count. I have a friend who has struggled a lot, and one reason she always shares is that she was grown up in a very brutal family. She always complains that her parents were very brutal. And why, most people who struggle through these phases can't get success in life, this is the biggest cause, that they cannot relate with their parents. Because children need the love of their parent. When they don't find that love, they do go out, they get entangled in different problems. So this is the responsibility of parents to look into the matter and give them that desired love. Because I have seen it happen more times than I can count. Parents who thought they were doing their best only to realize later on that their children kept a quite emotional distance. And that distance, when it grows more and more, then troubles come in life more and more. Now, number one, preaching values they don't live by. Because whenever you are saying something different and you are doing something different, that creates a contradiction between what you are doing and what you are saying. So, telling them to be honest while lying to others, preaching kindness while yelling at wait staff, saying treat people how you want to be treated, but gossiping behind closed doors. Kids might not say anything in the moment, but they see it. And as they get older, they start to separate the talk from the truth. Number two is never admitting when they are wrong. Whenever parents are wrong, they don't admit. Some parents treat every mistake like a threat to their authority. They double down, get defensive, change the subject, but the truth is, the most powerful words a parent can say are, I was wrong, I'm sorry. It doesn't make you weak, it makes you human. Children who grow up hearing that from their parents learn how to own their faults. Children who never hear it, they grow up resenting the silence. Number third is controlling every decision. As parents, we need to understand that children should have autonomy to make their own decision. In some parts of their life, we should help them, intervene. But it shouldn't happen that all the time we are authoritative, we are controlling them, we are never letting them to do anything on their own. And when a child isn't allowed to think for themselves about clothes, friends, hobbies, even minor choices, it chips away at their sense of identity. Parents who micromanage usually think they are protecting their child. But what they are really doing is communicating, I don't trust you. And when that child grows up, that control often turns into bitterness, not because they wanted to rebel, but because they were never allowed to be. Number four is using guilt to control behavior. If you loved me, you would do this. Now, if you are making your child feel guilty all the time for whatever they do, this is a problem, because this way, this is not a parenting style. After everything I have done for you, these are the sentences which you use most of the time. I guess I am just the bad guy again. These are not tools for connection, they are emotional traps. When love is tied to obligation, I am repeating again, when love is tied to obligation, children learn that their feelings don't matter as much as their parents' comfort. Respect grows when people feel free. Guilt smothers that freedom, and with it, the chance for a strong relationship. Dismissing or mocking their emotions, this is number five. Telling your child, you are overreacting, that's not a big deal, you are big dramatic, teaches them that their feelings aren't valid. Don't tell them all the time, you are dramatic, you are, overreacting. And let me tell you, Kids remember that. Years later, they may not recall the argument itself, but they'll remember how small they felt, how quickly they shut down, how they stopped coming to you when things got hard. Respect fades when empathy is absent. Never showing vulnerability. Now, everyone goes through hard patches in their life, everyone can be vulnerable at times. You need to understand that you have to show that vulnerability to your child also, because then they will know and they will connect with you on that level, where on the deeper level where you will not have expected. So some parents think they have to be bulletproof, never cry, never doubt, never admit they are scared. But children don't need perfect parents, they need authentic ones. Another thing is a parent who shares real emotions, who admits when life is hard. That's the parent who earns long term respect, because they are not hiding behind the role, they are showing up as a whole person. Number 7 is constantly comparing them to others. This I have seen in most of the parents. They always compare one child to another child. We need to understand every child is a unique person. Every child is a unique individual with different emotions, with different, weak points, with different strengths. So they have all the things which are unique. You need to encourage them about their positivity, about their strengths. Don't say that this quality is missing in you. Let them see they are very positive. Let them see they are good at something. So when you say your cousin got straight A's, what happened with you? She never talks back to her parent, her mother. It demoralizes them. And when that's the pattern, kids stop trying to earn your approval and start bracing for disappointment. Over time, they may stop listening altogether, not out of spite, but out of quiet hurt. Number 8 is making love feel conditional. As I have given you the starting line, that children need unconditional love of their parents. So you need to understand that when praise only comes after achievement and love feels earned, not given, children learn that their worth is tied to performance. That kind of parenting might produce obedient kids, but it doesn't produce confident ones or confident adults. Respect comes when a child knows deep down that they are loved even when they mess up, even when they fail, even when they are not at their best. Anything less builds walls instead of connection, because you are here to connect with them, not build walls with them. Refusing to grow or change. This is number 9, but very important. Refusing to grow or change. Because, as children grow, we need to also grow. The world changes, so do people. But some parents dig their heels in and refuse to grow. They won't adapt, won't apologize for outdated ways, won't listen to their adult children's perspectives. And while they may demand respect, they don't earn it, because they are more committed to being right than being in a relationship. Staying stuck may preserve pride, but it comes to number 10, dismissing the child's adulthood. This one shows up in little ways. Refusing to call them by their preferred names, criticizing their career path. When a parent refuses to acknowledge that their child is now an adult with their own values and boundaries, it doesn't come across as love. You need to understand that it comes across as disrespect. And when respect doesn't flow both ways, the relationship suffers.